mind retrace, keep stuff together. Or recast, refine, redo, retake. Something like that. Can't even see my own stream because I gotta prove that I'm Anthony Salter again. I can remember how to do that. Alright, Twitch looks like it's up. The Tubes of View looks like it's up. Let's tell everybody that we are getting started. Stream is starting now. Let's talk about games, and then make some games. Twitch.tv.com or twitch.tv/ViridianGames. Is the YouTube link. Right, let's tell Blue Sky. Now let's tell the patrons, the lovely, lovely patrons. My God, get this. Patreon puts this little helper thing in the bottom, and I hate it because I just don't. I just want to paste some text in and then send it out. Doesn't gotta be such a PETA. Modern software is about helping you to the point where you can't actually use it anymore. Discord. I believe that's everyone. I have so many Ultima related Discords that I'm in that it's kind of crazy. Where's the thing? Oh, hey. I just started my stream. You okay? All right, great. All right, we'll take it in your room to fold it up, okay? It's okay. Guest starring my son, David. What's that doing? Right, wasn't there a stream channel on Ultima Dragons? They removed that? They did. Anyway, Alright. I think everyone has been notified. So I think we are about ready to get started. It says I've got a couple viewers, so could someone let me know if the audio levels are okay? I don't like to start, doing my spiel until I know y'all can actually hear me. But the audio levels are okay, says blank 523. Thank you, blank 523. All right, let's get started. Hello, my name is Anthony Salter, also known as Viridian of ViridianGames.com. And tonight we are going to talk about some stuff and then do some stuff and do some other stuff. And it's all going to be video game related, as usual. I may have to deal with my son here because he's trying to pull some clothes to earn some money. So, All right. First things first. More layoffs, more turmoil. Bethesda sent out a press release stating, "Yes, we're actually working on stuff. We're doing stuff. Please, Microsoft, don't beat us anymore." And I've actually been playing Starfield, their most recent game, which was released. How many years ago was that released? Starfield release date. September 6, 2023, so that was 3 years ago. And we still haven't gotten anything else from them except for a remaster that they farmed out. Not Peachtree says, evening, not Peachtree. So yeah, this whole thing where Bethesda says, okay, don't worry, Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out, Fallout 5 is coming out, we're going to remaster New Vegas and Fallout 3, so we're doing stuff. Please don't hurt us anymore, Microsoft. I'm assuming that last bit. Microsoft has been absolutely brutal with their cuts. And it's software, man. Why? Okay, I understand why. But they let go a lot of extremely experienced developers, people who actually make the stuff that they want to sell. And it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, you need more games, Microsoft, to bring in the monies, So throwing away decent developers rather than getting rid of the people who are standing in the way of making good games seems suboptimal. But what do I know? I don't know anything about business, which is another thing we're going to talk about here in a minute. Was there anything else? I don't think so. It may come up later. Now that I'm engaged. Okay, let me explain that I'm a little tired. Today was very busy. Oh, it's typical short-sighted thinking, says Chelnov18. Yeah. But Microsoft's gaming division has been needing this for a while. They just have been spending too much money and getting too little back. And honestly, Bethesda is the perfect example. You look at the amount of time between Morrowind and Oblivion and Skyrim and nothing, and it's just ridiculous. Guys, please stop trying to make the best game ever that's ever been or ever will be. Perfection is the enemy of the good. Good can ship. Perfection never will. Love this playlist. Oh gosh, yes. All of these are great. Let me drop the YouTube link here. Make sure that's right. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's SNES Drunk's relaxing Super Nintendo music playlist. He's done 6 of those darn things now. They're all 3 hours long each. It's amazing. I love them so much. Shelnov18 says the real kicker is that even though Microsoft fired around 1,700 people, they're saying they will do a second round like that next fiscal year. I don't think the people who are left are particularly keen to give their best for the sort of Damocles hanging over their heads like that. That is true. At some point, you have to give them at least a little stability in order for them to be able to do the jobs. But stability just isn't the thing that the game development is really known for. And I speak from personal experience as usual. However, everything is a cycle. Everything. I think it is possible that this purge at Microsoft and Sony will result in more focus and hopefully more games with good gameplay more often. Stop chasing the graphics. Stop chasing the horse nuts shrinking and getting bigger. Stop worrying about how the snow tracks look. None of that actually matters to gameplay. And both of those are those are actually both real examples. The horse balls are from Red Dead Redemption 2. They actually had the oh god. And the snow tracks were from Last of Us 2. They were like, look at these snow tracks, look how good they are. I'm like, yeah, that looks great. And now it's over. Now I don't care about it anymore. What else you got? Now, I have not watched this yet, but my wife has. There is a new video about the Ultima series, and I really should have watched it by now, but I have not. Let me see if I can find that link real quick. Lord British himself talked about it. And as great a fan as I am of Madular, and I am, he's not the only person who does this sort of research. Oh, for crying out loud, Anthony. Why don't you do 5 minutes of prep before you come online, huh? There we go. There we go. There we go.
Most people, when you ask them what the most...
Okay. This is a video, nice long video, called The Most Important RPG Nobody Talks About, and it's about the Ultima series and how seminal it was. Which, I mean, everybody in this chat probably already knows this, but it's always nice to see it come up again. And the thing is, it's been coming up rather a lot lately. Has anyone else noticed that? There's been kind of a, resurgence. Okay, that's a little hot, just because of those high strings. Turn that down just a little bit. All right. And it seems like this forgotten thing is starting to be remembered, which is great, exceptional, amazing, awesome. I've been saying for a while that we need to back up, and check our assumptions in the gaming industry, because the conventional wisdom at this point has become make game just like every other hit game and make sure it also has a psychological experiment attached to it so that we can monetize people's fear of missing out. That is every game now. And we are sick of it. Oh, awful. Okay. Remember when games were fun? Jokey, there are still plenty of great games being made. Correct. And there are a bunch of games coming up that look good, that I'm interested to play. Medieval Total War 3. Let's see what else am I really looking forward to. I still need to play Pragmata. And there was another one that came out that I really wanted to play. What was it? Can't remember. Those are when I get my job back games. Stranger Than Heaven, which, if you haven't heard of it, is this Yakuza prequel. And despite, being made by the Yakuza people, it isn't exactly Yakuza, but it is a big open world thing where you can do a whole bunch of different things. It looks really good. The combat looks really good. The theme song is amazing. And I'm really looking forward to trying it. What else is coming out that I'm looking forward to? Can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but I'm sure it will come up. Games can still be fun. Games can still be great fun. Oh, are you done? All right, great. All right, David. Need you to not come back in for a while, okay? Because I'm doing my stream. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. All right. Okay. Have you ever played Disco Elysium? Heard it's the best thing since sliced bread. Haven't tried it. Oh, I have such a love-hate relationship with Disco Elysium. It has literally the best side character, the best companion that has ever been written. Kim Kitsuragi is the best. If you're not familiar with the game, I love Disco Elysium since Chon of 18. I know there's been a ton of drama surrounding the studio and the creators, but the game is amazing. Apparently the people who actually made the game got pushed out and aren't actually making any money from it, which is a shame. Kim Kitsuragi is an amazing character. You are a middle-aged, alcoholic, amnesiac detective. And your ability to say crazy, offbeat things is unparalleled. Kim Kitsuragi, on the other hand, is the straightest straight man you have ever seen in your life, and it works so well. Oh, it's amazing. It is amazing. On the other hand, the people who made that game are communists. I mean, they straight up are. When they got an award for making Disco Elysium, they thanked Marx and Engels for their education. And, you know, I'm 55. I saw the wall come down. I heard the stories. I read the books about how terrible the Soviet Union was to its own people. I don't understand how people can be communist in this day and age. There, I broke my own first rule. But it was in relation to something gaming related. So, you know. Indeed, folks who played it have told me to pirate it to avoid supporting the shirt bags who pulled the rug out from under the developers. Read a bit about it a little bit, looked quite interesting. It is an interesting game. It's a great game. It's got some amazing writing, and the narrator's voice, I can't believe a person with a voice that deep and rich exists. He's so good. I want him to become the narrator for everything forever. And I enjoyed it, even though it was not. It was diametrically opposed to my political ideology. Like I said a while back, it doesn't matter that they are diametrically opposed to me. I will still play their game. I still bought their game. I still played their game. I still enjoyed their game. So that's Disco Elysium to me. He sounds like one of those voice changers that they use in documentaries to hide a person's identity. Oh yeah, oh yeah. He's one of those people that you could read the phone book and it would still be nice to listen. Oh man, if you haven't heard his voice, I got half a mind to. No, I won't do that. But you know, just go listen to it. Just watch the intro. You know, just watch somebody play the first few minutes of it, and it gives you a wonderful sense of what the whole game is going to be about right off the bat, which is another great thing about the game. Blank 523 says, our game. I'm not sure what that's in relation to. Like I said, I ran around a lot today, so I'm tired already, and I'm going to do my best to give you guys what you came here for. Oh, right. It's in relation to communism. Yeah, it's in relation to communism. Let's get away from that. Let's not break Rule 1 anymore. So let's go ahead and get started with Ultima 7. Did a little work with the combat. I'm still not liking how it's looking or feeling or anything about it yet, because I'm still trying to re-implement the original combat, which was very, very hectic. It was fast, and it was difficult to figure out what was going on. Your guys will run off the screen chasing somebody you can't even see, etc., etc., etc. All right, so I'm going to show you what I got done, and then we will start working on fixing more stuff from there. All right, so my big thing was that I wanted ranged combat to actually be ranged. If you'll recall, last week, I think it was last week, YOLO started to be able to attack from range, but you don't actually see anything fly from him to the target. It's just that he can, hit somebody from 12 tiles away. One moment, please. Uh, okay, David, I got your message. We'll talk about it when my stream's over, okay? It's okay. We'll talk about it once my stream is over. All right. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so, oh, hang on. No, bye. We need to actually put the... Sorry, we need to put the actual crossbow into his hand before we do this, because the code can actually detect what weapon you have now. And right now I'm only using that detection for ranged weapons, because that's what I want to see. I want to see ranged combat working. Because, you know, melee combat is nothing but two people standing next to each other going whack, 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 whack. It's the ranged combat and the magic that I think makes it cool. Alright, so we'll start combat. Click on YOLO. Click on a pirate. YOLO will attack pirate. Now we will start. Okay. You probably can't see it very well, but there is a little crossbow bolt right here on the ground. It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be firing at his target. It says YOLO fires at pirate, which tells me that the code is actually running. But you know, it doesn't seem to actually be progressing towards the target. It's possible that the update state is not getting that object is not getting updated. All right, so let's see. Where is combat here? 7 object. Should be an NPC update. Oh, 1 second. David, we'll talk about it after the stream is over. I just want to take it to see. Oh, 1 moment, please. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Where's the thing? Attack range. Fire range projectile at target. Alright. Okay, so we can see that this is working because it's making the... It's actually making the object. And we want it to fly through the air, so let's raise it off the ground just a bit. Okay, one moment. I may have to end the stream. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Can you still hear me? I knocked the darn... Alright. I thought this might happen. He does chores and gets money. And then he uses it to, buy stuff he wants. And there was a problem. And he's not patient. I can tell him, we can do this after the stream. He's not patient. He doesn't understand that well. So let me go ahead and get him this real quick. Okay. Okay, I got it. Here's the information. Okay, alright, I think that's been resolved. So, let's get back to work. Alright, so we make the object, which should add it to the global object list. Should have crossbow bolt is 723. Alright, let's just step through this and see how it goes. Alright. Oh, gotta remember, give YOLO's crossbow. He doesn't start with it in his hand. Come on. Dragging works. There we go. Alright, now, combat, YOLO, pirate. That's weird, that took forever. Oh, hang on. Fire range projectile. Okay, the cooldown timer. When we first start combat, we want the cooldown timer to be... Good boy. Alright. Alright, when we start combat, we want the cooldown timer to be max, so that you can immediately attack. And then you have to wait until you can attack again. Attack cooldown. No, Darcy existed. Base fuchsia wide eyes, base fuchsia wide eyes, base fuchsia wide eyes. What? Impossible. Arlie, SG25. I think this is a new person. Good night. Good night. Attack cooldown. Okay, so technically that should be what happens when we enter combat. Hello. Arlie SG25 is giving me whiplash here. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Okay, yeah, I'm using recast, so those emoticons are not coming through for me. I'm sorry. $10 mode. 5. Give your lowest bow. Move up here. Let me do one thing real quick. We'll target. What the heck? I've got to. Well, attack, not target. No way, it's a game. That is correct. We're making a game. Attack, click. You develop a game. Correct. I'm developing a replacement engine for an old RPG called Ultima 7. In C. Yes, in C. Well, C++ actually. Who is plus? Vector 3 distance. What is gnome? Gnome? Name. Oh, the name of the game is Ultima 7. Ultima 7. The Black Gate. I am Dev Java. Awesome! And my replacement engine is called Ultima 7 Revisited. I learned Java a long time ago for some business stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. People hate on it because it's a interpreted language effectively. I know you can compile it, but most people don't do that. Vector 3 distance in pause. Oh. Member impause to target impause. Anthony, capitals matter. There. That still doesn't resolve. Have you already distributed the game? Yes. There are several public demos, and in fact, we just released a new one, which has got a really big chunk of the game ready, and I'd love for you to play it if you'd like to. It is at. You can download the game at u7revisited.com. And that goes for everybody. ToString should be returning a vector 3 distance between two. Oh, would that be a dot? Oh, it's the stupidest thing in C++. The arrow versus the dot. Oh, this is the ID of the... Okay. We don't have a dereference target here anywhere. We absolutely should. Nope, guess not. That's okay. Use 7 object. Target equals G. Get object from ID. Target M target. That's second. That's second? Does that work? Target. Oh. Dummy. There. Sometimes this time of the week is just the worst for me to try to actually code. It's the end of the week. I'm tired. I don't feel like I have the brain. There. Away. There we go. I'm starting out in Python and C#. There is nothing wrong with either one of those languages. How many years have I been working in C? Nigh on to 25, honestly, because I was working with it even before I became a game developer. Do not listen to people who tell you you have to use a specific language to make games. You do not. Use whatever feels comfortable and can get the job done for you. Right. Alright, now we're going to come up here. We're going to click on combat. We're going to click on YOLO. $2,364 tiles away. That is not right. What the heck? Alright, hang on just 1 second. Let's find out what's going on here. Okay, sandbox mode. That button, yes, I need that button. With the inventory. Having a C for a 35-year-old means knowing almost 5% of everything, one of the biggest languages. I'm not completely sure what you said there. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Alright. Combat mode. Click on YOLO. Click on the pirate. Unit type. Okay, what's the target? No, what is the actual number of that? Good lord. Target is 0. Okay, so the target hasn't been set yet. Anthony, you dummy, dummy, dumb. Equals clicked MIG. Anthony, stop calling yourself a dum-dum. You don't deserve that. I swear. Okay, this needs to come down in here. That's got it. I think. That might be got it. That might got it. We'll see about gotten it. I've been using Java for 10 years and I haven't accomplished much yet. Hey, you know, everybody's different. Everybody learns at different rates. And it's possible that you've accomplished a lot, you're like me, and you just don't realize it. You said you've been working with C for 35 years? Not quite that long. At least 20. It's one of the greatest programming languages. So many libraries that you could spend eternity studying it. Oh, boy, did I. You want to talk about study? Effective C++. Effective C++, more effective C++, and effective modern C++. You want to learn C++ after you know the basics? You want to actually learn how to be good with the language? These are the books that you need to read. Scott Byers. He was awesome. And let's see. Who wrote that book? I think it was Josutis. Yeah, Josutis C++. Yes, C++ Standard Library by Nikolai Josutis. I also read this book cover to cover. And, you know, it's why I'm able to do all of this despite the fact that I don't have a bachelor's. How did you deal with your initial limitations in C? Oh, I think I pretty much just answered that question. I, you know, got a lot of books. Not just those books, but also, let's see, these books aren't in print anymore, unfortunately. But there's a series called the Game Programming Gems series. And here's the first one. And these books that were all edited by Mark DeLora, were amazing for taking C and C++ and applying it to game development topics. How to, create a thread to play your music on. How to do multiplayer. How to get your shadows working. All of this stuff. These books, there were like at least 5 of them. Yeah. And there was a best of as well. Oh no, there was a 6. I think it's possible. There was an 8? Wow. Okay, I think the 5th one was the last one that I read. I also enjoy reading books. Excellent. Thank you for the famous reply. You're welcome. But the thing is, you don't need these books anymore. Everything that was in these books is now in a YouTube video somewhere. I spent hundreds of dollars on these books, and now all I have to do to learn this stuff is to search it on a search engine or look it up in YouTube and find someone with a tutorial. It's absurd how easy it is to learn the stuff that you need to know now. Which is why it's also absurd why so many people don't seem to want to do that anymore. It's a little weird. Wait, what were we doing? Ah, right, we were testing. No, I don't want to talk to you, YOLO. Put crossbow in hand. Get ready to murder. Murder. Murder most foul. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. I just remembered something. Oh. There's this movie called Hot Fuzz. If you haven't seen it, you really should. And it has this wonderful British comic actress in it. Unfortunately, I cannot remember her name. But there's just this one part where Simon Pegg is desperately trying to convince all the other cops in this small town that these accidents are actually murders. She just pulls this amazingly funny face. When she says, accidents happen all the time. What makes you think it was murder? I thought I was gonna laugh so hard I fell out of my chair. Oh, good voice. Oh, thank you. British comedy is the best comedy. I think I may have mentioned this before, but there was a British comedy show called The Vicar of Dibley with Dawn French. She was amazing. It was so funny. There was one episode. Okay, I was staying up late for whatever reason. The BBC was showing Vicar of Dibley. This one episode came on, and I laughed so hard and so long that my side started to hurt. I could not stop, and I actually started getting scared that I was going to need to go to the hospital, and everybody else was asleep. Fortunately, that didn't happen, but that's how funny that episode was. Oh my god. Arlie SC25 says, murder, yeah, not Peachtree. Okay, YOLO. Alright, good. Let's step through this and see if it's doing it right now. My muscle memory, see, the Sea Lions debug strip is right here, whereas the Visual Studio puts it up here, and I've still got the muscle memory of looking for it up here before I remember, oh yeah, it's down here. Alright, is target a monster? Monster! It is a monster! It's a monster. Okay. Who is 14 tiles away? Awesome! Okay! He moved until he was 12 tiles away. And then he waited for 3 seconds, which allowed everybody else to gang up on him. Alright. Okay. Wow, great to meet you. I have to get back to my project. You do that. It was nice to meet you too. Stop by anytime. Oh, excuse me. Delicious cold water. It is the best. The best. Alright. Fire range projectile at target. Get next ID. Let's go into add object. No, I said let's go into add object. There. Okay. That initial position. Shape number is 723. That's shape for crossbow bolt. Frame number should be 0. 1. I will consider your suggestion. Have a great night. You too. Do I want... I don't think it matters that much, but I am going to check it anyway. Ow! Ow! I just popped my neck! 723. There it is, crossbow bolt. No, we do want frame 0. But it doesn't matter right this second. Okay. We have an ID. Yes, that's a good ID. X, Y, Z. That all looks good. That should return the pointer of the created object. It did. Is projectile true? Projectile target ID is target MID. Do we need to use projectile target ID? I don't know. Target ID. Where's the ID? Not the NPC ID, it's not an NPC. Okay, that's the right number. Target ID 238050 238055. Oh, that's the target, that's where it's going. Okay. Unit type object. Projectile speed should be 10. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I think I know what's wrong. What's wrong is that the pathfinding system is interfering with this just flying directly to its target. Oh my, excuse me. Good lord. All right. The bolt ID is 238055. So what we need to do is this. Why can't I see MID in here anywhere? Am I just skipping over it? Oh, it's in. Okay. 238050. Okay. We need 238055. 49. 48. 47. 238050. Type monster. Type monster. Type monster. Type monster. Type NPC. Type NPC. Type mon. Oh! Oh, Anthony, you dummy, dumb butt. Combat does not update the whole world. It only updates items and characters that are involved in the combat. So what we need to do here, the participants list. Yeah, the only things that go on the participants list are monsters and NPCs. When certain objects also need to go into this list. Or obj unit type equals unit type object and object shape data shape equals what is the shape of an arrow. 723. And this needs to be, that ought to do it. Let's find out. Oh, stick out these breakpoints. Excuse me. All right, a 5. YOLO. Get yourself ready. Right. Dang it, I can't tell if it's working or not. Okay, let's do something stupid and fun. Let's take out the weight. Let's take out the okay, I'll take aha! Okay, this is probably going to fire a stream of arrows continually at the target, which will look cool. Anthony. Oh, okay. There's an else associated with that if, so I can't just take out the if. I need to take out the else as where. Sandbox mode F5. I may need to slow these pirates down too. You're still not moving. How dare you not move? Wait, what the heck? I thought we just fixed this. Did I not just put another test in there? Oh, that's the update. Okay. Anthony. See, I shouldn't even need this here. Because when we make the participants list, we should not be making the participants list on enter. Now we have a problem. The fact that we can create new objects while combat is going on means that the participants list goes out of date. We need to continually update it. Create participants list based on updated object list. Okay, we can remove that because normal object collection, dead object collection, will take the participants out. Hostiles. Add combat-related objects. Keep up the good work, buddy. Says King of Odysseys. King Odysseys. King Odysseus? I'm sorry, I'm having trouble visually parsing that. King Odysseus. King Abe's Odyssey. But thank you very much. I will do my best to do that. Okay, let's not go through the object list multiple times. We've had problems with that in the past. Got it. Oh, this logic is getting strained. Well, I only said like 15 different variations, so I'm sure I got it in there somewhere. OBJ, M unit type, and OBJ, chip data 723. Oh, I get it. There we go. No. I think that's right. And within OR. Okay. Okay, let's let's redo this for readability. If it's a monster, not on the same team as the avatar, or it is an NPC, not on the same team as the avatar, or it's an object with shape type 723, I hope that works. Not the bread. There. Combat mode. YOLO. Shoot that guy. I saw a stream! I saw a stream of arrows! YOLO's bolt hits pirate for 1. Shoot at that guy now. Okay, it's possible. It's possible I fired so many arrows that I jammed something. Yeah, something. Something's broke. Okay. I don't think that's a very good range for the arrow. Let's make it bigger. Let's see, where is that? Ugh. Range attack range. Okay. Let's double it. Okay. I know what will make this much better. Seven object. Monster draw. There. If M is dead. There. Alright, so now the pirates should disappear when they die. Ugh. Bye. I did not mean to do that. Alright, YOLO. Unleash your Gatling crossbow. Combat. YOLO. Why is pirate not dying? I'm frustrated. It's just as annoying now as it was when in the original game. Yolo's bolt hits pirate for 1. Yolo's bolt hits pirate for 1. If m b is less than or equal to 0, Zealand, I don't like that type of braces. M is dead equals true. There. One of the things that plagues me about my own code base is the fact that I can never decide if I want the first letter after the underscore to be capitalized or not. I keep going back and forth. So some of the code has it capitalized and some of the code doesn't. I'm a doofus. I need to just go through and make them all one or the other. All right. All right, YOLO. Come on. Mow him down like Arnold. Enter combat mode. YOLO. Attack pirate. Go. I'll be darned! He's mowing them down like Arnold! He mowed them down like Arnold! Oh! All right! All right! That was amazing. All right. Okay. All right. And with that, I think we're gonna do the Little Wars update, you know, and then I'm gonna have my dinner. I gotta see that again. No, I gotta see that again. One more time before we wrap up. Excuse me. All right, YOLO. It's like that scene in Commando when Arnold gets ready. Begin combat mode. YOLO. And I love that he picked a new target when his target's dead, he picks a different one. That's the best. Good Lord. Sorry. Coughing into everybody's ear. I'm so sorry. Do you know what I just realized? I just realized that I did not set up Twitch alerts after moving back to Linux Mint, which means that people could be following and stuff. Squid Reject reached 3-stream streak 1 hour ago. Thank you, Squid Reject. Oh my god, we gotta skip this. I can't stand this music. There we go. Much better. Alright. So, alright, I think that's a good note to end the Ultima 7 update on. So let's switch to Little Wars. Ignore that. Okay. So this week, I got a little more work done. Let me just... right, I wasn't able to do the update last week because I couldn't get the software to compile. And it turns out that the problem was that the floating point versions of these functions, see, ATN2F, now shows up as red because it doesn't know what that is. Those functions are not in the standard namespace. So if I do this, oh look, now it knows what it is. I have not seen that before. And because I hadn't seen it before, I didn't know, how to fix it quickly. So the non-float version of these, which still returns a float, of course, because it's got to return a float. Because it's a number between 0 and 1. Not arctangent, though. I mean, the other ones like cosine and sine return 0, between 0 and 1. No, between -1 and 1. Right? Yeah, between -1 and 1. So that was the problem. I built this on another system. ATN2F was in the standard library. Here it is not in the standard. It's in the standard library, but it's not in the standard namespace. So that's what the problem was. All right. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys some stuff I've done. Oh, right. I can't click on those yet. All right. So when we click on a county, we now have a visit button, just like in Castles 2. And based on what the county produces, the terrain gets generated differently. And right now, the terrain generation is weird, and I need to do something about this. Again, I'm using gravy. Sorry about that. I'm using a lot of AI code to help me get this out quickly, again, so I can put this on Steam and hopefully make some money off of it while I look for more stable employment. So I said that if it's plans for GOG release, oh yeah, it'll be on everything. I'm just saying Steam because that's, what'll be first. GOG, Steam, itch.io, wherever fine games are sold. But now we have a different map for each county. So if I click visit here, this is a completely different map. It's got a lot of mountains on it because this is a mining map. It produces gold. And iron is the same way. Release next week. Deadline set, says Polarity Gamer. Well, we'll see. Let's see. So if we are, if that county produces wood, we've got lots of trees. So I like that. I think that's working pretty well. The trees are still floating off the ground. Alright, let's see what else is new. Let's do the combat test. Oh! It's not putting the units on the thing. Well, I don't need that in order to. Okay, there's so much art stuff that I have to get done, and I hate it. I hate it. I'm not good at art, and I have no money to hire artists. And I can't really put it up on Steam. I can't even put a page up that has art from other games in it. Like I was using the little people from Powermonger as a temporary thing. I can't put it on Steam with those assets in it. I can't do it. So I have been, unfortunately, doing a lot of work on sprites, and I'm just not good at it, and so it's been slow, and that's why sorry. And that's why I haven't gotten as much done as I wanted. Okay, so I had. Let's look at the originals. If I can remember what I'm doing. Here we go. Okay. It is images. Let's see, swordsman.ping. Okay. I made these with Google Gemini, and I shrank them down, and I just hate them. Okay, let's open these with GIMP if we can, so we can get. Dang it! There we go. All right. You can see how pixelated they are. You can't see their faces clearly. I wanted their leggings and the tassel on their helmets to be the player color. And I was actually able to get that. The problem was, it just looked so muddy, and I hated it. I hated it so much. And so I started looking at other games, especially games like the Settlers or Settlers 2, screenshot. There we go. Ah, here we go. Is this the anniversary? This is not a good screenshot. I'm sorry. 1 second. Okay, open image in new tab. There we go. Okay. Alright, now it's gotten blurry because I've zoomed it up. But, I mean, you can look at these little people and see that they're much more expressive. You can see their faces, you can see their eyes. And this was what I wanted for Little Wars. Yeah, that pixel art stuff is not easy. No, it is not. But I was able to do better than this. And I will show you. Working. Sprite. I have a folder called Sprite Work, and I have a folder called Sprite Space Work. Because I'm so organized. So organized. Let's see. Swordsman.jpg. Come on. I swear. No, I didn't want to. Delete layer, delete layer. There, okay. Just want you to open it in a new tab, GIMP. And it won't do that. Fine. Working. Sprite work. Swordsman.jpg. Okay. I like these much, much better. And you might ask, Anthony, how did you get these? And the answer is, I used a better input. You know, garbage in, garbage out is the old saying. Well, this time I didn't use garbage in. I used oh crud. That's not it. This. I don't know how well you can see this. Let's zoom in. This is not generated with AI. These were made for me by a wonderful artist named Alexis Bogue many, many years ago for another game I was working on at the time called Planitia. She actually made a 3D model and gave me the 3D model. And then when I was, all thumbs putting the 3D model into my game, I asked her, okay, could you generate, a sprite sheet from the 3D model for me? She said, sure. She didn't even charge me. And this is what came out. And I love it. I love it. I like it. I love it. I want more of it. The walk cycle is really good. The directions are very clear. You can see their eyes. And so I gave this to Google Gemini and basically said, okay, give that character, armor and red leggings and a sword and a red shield. And I got this, which was much, much better, much cleaner than the previous ones. I'm much happier with them. Now I haven't got them in the game yet, so I don't know how they look yet. But that's pretty good stuff. While we're here, I want to try and do something with this poor title screen. It looks fine like this, but when you blow it up, you can see that we've got this weird stuff between the blue and the white. None of this should exist. All of these pixels should be this color. All of these pixels should be this color. How do I fix that? How do I get it cleaner looking? Oh, this is even worse. Look at this. It looks so muddy. And basically, I think I may have said this before, but it's been 2 weeks since an update, and I honestly can't remember. But basically, I want the water to ripple back and forth just by sliding the lines of pixels as it's drawn. I want the clouds to move in the sky with some parallax. And I want a gate here that I can have the sprites for the soldiers to march out of. That's how I want the title screen to look. Now, if I recall correctly, there is a tool, or is it a tool or a filter, called Pixelize that I was hoping might help with this. If I can remember where it is. I don't know where it is in GIMP. I don't usually use GIMP. I usually use Paint.net. There is no real equivalent for Paint.net on Linux. There's something called Krita that claims to be, or Pinta that claims to be something similar to Paint.net. It is not. It is insufficient. Dang it. Oh, there's Pixelize. How did... Sorry about that. Okay, so this is way too much, but this is what I want, is for it to, you know, kind of clean up the pixels. Oh, I'm making them bigger. I need to make them smaller. Oh. See, it's already doing it again. It's already doing it again. I did not work at all, Fred. Okay. There's one thing I want to, in the code that I want to talk about. Well, not really in the code, in the design. Shoot. Let's see. Castle design. Here we go. Okay. Alright, in the castle design, we've got walls like this, and they can snap together, and you can rotate them, and put them together. And I was thinking about, and we also have tall walls like this. And I was thinking about that this is kind of limiting, you know? I mean, it looks really good. The snapping together is working really great. They need textures, obviously, and shading, so they don't look like blobs. But I was thinking, okay, well, we need, you know, information on how many hits from a catapult it will take to break a small wall or a tall wall or whatever. And then I had an idea. What if we don't use small walls or tall walls at all? What if instead we use much, much smaller cube blocks that you can just stack up, you know, like those blocks you used to play with as a kid, and that would give the player much more flexibility in building the castle. And it would also mean that when the catapult hits the wall, it could knock the block off, or knock a hole in the wall, and the blocks could go flying. And I just thought that that was, because this is not supposed to be a serious game, in case you haven't noticed. While I am basing it on Castles 2, Lord of the Realms 1 and 2, Gemfire, and a couple other inspirations. This is not a historical game at all. The fact that you can generate a map from randomly precludes that from the beginning. Lego Wars, something a little like that, yeah. So, you know, you've got these little guys that are extremely expressive, you know, and you've got, you know, the catapults knocking walls down by knocking blocks off of the top, or you know, taking impacts to the thing that could make the whole wall fall down. And I just think it just might be a nice aesthetic. Because again, I don't want this is not a serious game. While it's based on, I mean, Castles 2 was not a serious game at all. Lord of the Realms, a little bit more serious. But none of these games were really considered historical recreations or anything like that. Castles 2 took place in a fictional part of France. Lord of the Realms 1 took place in England, and I think 2... Lord of the Realms 2 actually had an editor where you could set the regions up however you wanted, and they had some really interesting maps with some really interesting region-to-region connections, or lack of connections, that meant that you had to, really think about how you were going to attack your enemy. And I've got some of that here in Little Wars as well. Because when you create a new campaign, I'm going to make a really big map so that we can see it. You can see that some of these counties don't directly connect to others because there are mountain ranges in the way. I also wanted rivers, but I didn't like how they looked, so I ended up just making, solid bodies of water like lakes. I still think it looks pretty good. But that means, you can't directly attack this county from this one because there are mountains in the way. You would have to attack this county and then attack this county, which I think gives it, a little flavor, a little spice. So, this week I'm going to continue working on Little Wars. I'm going to try to get it to the point where I can put it on Steam. I have to do some cleanup on the rest of the sprites, get them implemented in the game. I hate it so much. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can do the building block castles. See how that works, and hopefully, I said this 2 weeks ago, but hopefully there will be a playtest very soon. Let's see, was there anything else? Combat test is broke right now because the creating the maps for each individual county defeated that. What I should do is have a combat test button here so that you could select a county and then do a combat test on that county map. That would go a long way towards helping me balance combat on the different types of maps that I have now. But I think that's about it. I think I'm going to wrap up. It has been a long day. Do you guys have any questions or anything? I'm going to actually post probably tomorrow morning so it'll get more visibility. I'm going to post polls everywhere about the building block castles and see if people think that would be cool. What was the name of that game? There was a game that was just all about that. Cheers, great updates. Thanks again for the stream. Oh, thanks, not Peachtree. Let's see. There was a excuse me. Yeah, it was called Besiege. And that's literally all the game was about. Was building machines to knock down block castles. Let me see if I can find a good screenshot. So something like this, though not nearly as complex, because you can make all sorts of crazy stuff in here. Like the stuff you could build in Tears of the Kingdom, this is even worse. Or better, depending on how you think about it. Okay, What are you thinking the price for Little Wars will be, or is that still up for decision? It'll probably be less than $10. I'm going to do a bunch of these as quickly as I can and try to throw them at the wall and see what sticks. As an indie developer, you know, it's hard to stand out. It's hard to, you know, get fanfare for your game when you release one. So I don't see any reason not to release a bunch of them sequentially. Yeah, I'm just gonna hope that, you know, one of the games that I'm making tickles someone's fancy and they talk about it, and you know, the dream of the impossible dream would be someone like Gamer Zach playing Little Wars on his YouTube channel. Oh, that would make me so happy. Oh. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Everything.